Dad disfigured me and refuses to address it. I accidentally make his fiancee leave him. Posted by Over Bluebird, voted he said in 1067. Please like and follow because all stories are in one part. Unlike the other guy's new account, some people in my family have connections to my old one. Sorry if my writing is bad or disjointed. I'm honestly shocked and in pieces right now. 17F was recently staying at my dad's after school broke up. He lives in the countryside and has a farm, which I grew up on. My parents divorced when I was 10, and we moved away. As a child, 6 years oldish, I was out with my dad as he worked. I was running around and I tripped on something, causing me to fall down and land chin first against a jagged concrete wall immediately. Blood poured from my mouth and I lost 3 baby teeth. The pain was immense. I can still picture it clearly to this day, although somehow my chin was not split open. I remember feeling like my chin bones were pulled apart and misaligned around my jaw as well. I was obviously screaming and crying, and my dad hears me and comes towards me, tells me to shut up, and he stands behind me. He takes each hand on either side of my jaw, yanking my jawbones, causing more and more pain, until he looked and thought my face looked normal again. He told me not to tell my mom, who was abroad with an ill family member for around a month at this time. It is a miracle to me that my adult teeth grew in straight, and I don't have an underbite or an overbite, but cosmetically the lack of medical attention had dire consequences. My chin is disfigured. If I had been to hospital then, maybe they would have x-rayed me and made sure I wouldn't grow up to be unsatisfied with my appearance. Half of my chin is lopsided and jagged, and half is round, and I get constant jaw pain. My jaw is bruxism, and I am considering mass antibiotics and even cosmetic surgery to correct it, as it has become such a problem for me as I grew older, causing teasing, insecurity, and low confidence. I more recently told my mom of my concerns, and she was horrified to learn of what really happened, as she never knew the story. And yet more angry with my dad, she called him, and I had to escalate the situation. She was yelling all the same old about how he is a bad father, and even threw in words like abuse and neglect. She demanded him to pay for plastic surgery for me, something I'm not even sure of yet, and a whole load more of angry words. I was angry at her reaction, as him and her have been divorced for many years, and I feel like this is something between me and my dad since I'm older now and would rather not have them fight like they used to. Life has moved on. Anyways, when I stayed down, that is, Lily brought it up and was under the impression I wanted to get plastic surgery ASAP. He told me I was being vain, only **** did plastic surgery, and especially that he would not pay for it since it was in the past, and he never did anything to me. I protested, said I never wanted him to pay for anything. I have a job and have savings, which if I decided to, I could afford something to be done in the future. He asked me if I was angry at him. I said no, as I've grown up, I've learned to let sleeping dogs lie and to move on with my life. He made many a mistake through my childhood, but he is still my dad and does his best at the end of the day, but secretly, I do have some sort of resentment underneath. On the last weekend of my week at my dad's, around a month ago, my dad's fiancee, who was a wonderful and caring woman by all regards, pulled me aside and was asking me things about my childhood. She knows that things were a little rough sometimes, and that my dad was not an attentive father, but probably nothing in depth. She told me that after my mom called my dad and the yelling argument happened, my dad told her what happened when I was a child, and she was astounded at her words. She told me that that was disgusting and neglectful of him. Since then, she hasn't been able to look at him the same since, as she had been thinking of how he is as a person more deeply and wanted to know more information about him before he met her. I was taken aback, but since she is lovely, warm, and friendly, I sort of vented lots of things and told her things that I even struggled talking about. She was really kind and told me the whole usual "you didn't deserve that," which I know, and I don't act to get bothered by my childhood experiences anymore as I've grown up and moved on and like to focus on the right now. The next morning, I take the train back up country to my mom's house. Anyway, last night, I was completing coursework for my A-levels as I'm going into year 13 in September, and am aiming for a top university. Idea to call for my dad, and he's livid. I have never heard such a combination of anger and absolute despondency. He yelled at me that I had ruined his life, and me and my mum were scheming ****, who ruined his life year after year, that I couldn't be happy for him, and his life was ruined now. I asked him what on earth was he talking about, and he told me his fiancée had changed her mind, and she wasn't going to marry him anymore, and she canceled the wedding scheduled for next year. I started crying, genuinely, because she's a lovely woman, and I was happy. that he was with someone with it imperfectly, and she was seemingly happy with him too. They even talked of having another child, which I was also very happy for them, for as an only child, a baby sibling would be amazing. He yelled at me and argued at me, calling things like attention-seeking, vengeful, asterisk, asterisk, asterisk. He also told me he was glad my face was messed up, and I should have just stopped crying over it and looking this way as my punishment for being self-absorbed. All I could do was cry. I'm honestly in such a terrible state right now. The relationship with my dad has been rocky, but for the past 5 or so years it had been getting much better, I feel. And now I feel like everything has gone down the drain. Wasted this year will be tough on me. A-levels, university applications, my work, and regardless, I just want a good relationship with him. I never meant to make his fiancée leave him. I honestly did, but I put my foot in it. Clearly I haven't got out of bed all day. I can't stop crying over how badly I messed up, and I don't even want to tell my mom about it. She would make it worse by calling him and yelling at him more. But yeah, that's my story. I guess I'm unsure if I'm the a-hole for bringing up old skeletons from the closet, even unintentionally, or how I solved this situation. Am I the a-hole? Edit. I have been in therapy from ages 13-15 for sort of unrelated issues that stemmed from just life. I guess I was in a hospital for severe eating disorder, but have since got better, and I am healthy now. Therapy helped as I unpacked a lot and helped me see the truth about my dad. But still, I feel conflicted and terrible, as I know he put in effort more recently to be a better father in person. In general, I suppose. Comment who you think is wrong below.